NJIIHL McInnis Ice Hockey is back here on the NFHS Network. Coming up next, it's the Lancers and the Governor Livingston-New Providence Highlanders. Stay tuned.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it from Fraser.
Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McInnis, touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it. The championship.
Good evening. Hello, everybody, and welcome to West Orange, Essex County, New Jersey, on the campus of the South Mountain Reservation. My name is Ryan Lowy. I am joined with Jacob Gorin. Jacob, we covered a lot of Livingston ice hockey last year. We covered a bit of Governor Livingston-New Providence ice hockey last year. These two teams are fiery, feisty, well-coached, and ready to go. Who are our players to watch?
Well, for Livingston, it has to be the captain, Dylan Schultz. 19 goals, 45 points in his high school career through 3 years and 1 season. And he started things off hot last night in their season opener, a hat trick against Verona Glenridge combined program. And for Governor Livingston-New Providence, it has to be Brady Silverman. A year away from the program last year, comes back, opens up their season with a 6-goal performance. Absolutely my player to watch tonight.
Jacob, Governor Livingston and Livingston have been playing phenomenal hockey lately. Governor Livingston has been in the McInnis for the past 2 seasons. 2 years ago was their claim to fame, and that was thanks to a Mr. Silverman himself, who after a year of New Jersey hockey hiatus due to his move to Illinois, he is now back right here in New Jersey, and he is in the heartland of Governor Livingston-New Providence ice hockey, Jacob. It was a double hat-trick last night against Glen Rock to get their McInnis campaign started in the 22-23 season. Tell us more about this Governor Livingston team with Silverman.
Well, on top of Silverman, you got their captain, senior forward, Brian Kramer, 62 goals, 129 points through 3 seasons, plus a game last night. He picked up an assist in their 7-5 victory over Glen Rock. On top of that, of course, you got to keep a keen eye out for Matt Whalen, senior defenseman, 10 goals, 35 points in 3 years for him.
Hockey next here on the NFHS Network.
Do you want your school to be covered by the #1 live stream service in the state of New Jersey so the entire country can see moments like this?
We play once again. Free kick coming for the Mountaineers. Short shot on goal. On post. West Orange lets the goal, and they win. They take down the #2 ranked Seton Hall Pirates. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to take it himself. Barreling towards the goal line, and he's in. Carries Bullock from 3 yards out, and the Marauders lead it 20-7.
Or be a witness to championships like these?
Montclair are state sectional champions. They defeat Livingston 4-1, and the Mounties sweep the boys and girls brackets in back-to-back wins over the Lancers. 3-2. There goes the runners. Swing on and miss. Strike 3. That does it. The Cranford Cougars are the Last Dance World Series champions.
Or have exclusive interviews with players and coaches.
Maroon and Silver Star pitcher Teague Mulcahy. I'm here with Cranford star Ryan Jaros.
We're with the Bergen Crusaders, star of the game, Luis De La Cruz.
Here with West Orange head coach Doug Nevins. And all right, now here with star goalkeeper Nikolai Matthews of this West Orange Mountaineer team. Nikolai. Here with Claire Manning after Montclair picks up a 4-1 win over Livingston. I'm here with Molly Brumback, the goalkeeper. Molly, what was today like? Here with West Orange girls varsity coach Sean DeVore.
Then join the D1 Media Pro team, New Jersey's #1 live streaming service.
Welcome back here to Richard J. Cody Arena in West Orange, Essex County, New Jersey. My name is Ryan Lowy. It's now time for your injury report for Livingston. Everybody is healthy except for Coach Conklin. He's feeling a little cold, but he is ready to coach his team alongside Dave Malucci to their 2nd victory of the season. On the other side, for the Governor Livingston-New Providence Highlanders, at the helm of their new head coach, Greg Jensen. Injured today is Mr. Scott Capan, the sophomore number 18. Jacob, tell us a little bit more about how both of these teams have rebounded off of many huge players graduating.
You know, I think Livingston has been hit the harder of these two squads. They had Austin Vecchio, who won McInnis MVP last year. Zach Turbin, who won McInnis Goalie of the Year, both graduating along with Danny Grossbart, who had a career year in his senior season, and their entire top pair on defense in Andrew Kwan and Jay Stocks. Governor Livingston took a lot of blows as well, but they still have a lot of their talent, and they got back Brady Silverman. So, big note, Alec Nazardine, son of former New Jersey Devils assistant coach Elaine Nazardine, is no longer with the team. Unsurprising move, as Elaine was relieved of his duties by the New Jersey Devils in the offseason.
Now, Jacob, one more thing to talk about before we get going. Under a minute until face-off. It's your top 20, numbers 11 through 20. We're still at the preseason rankings. The Livingston Lancers are in it. They're number 16. The Governor Livingston-New Providence Highlanders are in it. They're number 15. Here's the interesting thing. A lot of these teams started off their season with unexpected losses. Two teams that didn't, the GLNP Highlanders and the Livingston Lancers.
Neither of those teams started off their years with unexpected losses, Ryan. Livingston crushed EPR 4-1 last night, and Governor Livingston-New Providence with a high-scoring, exciting victory against the Panthers of Glen Rock, 7-5.
A 15 versus 16 matchup. Princeton Day, the 11th. St. John Vianney, 12th. Munson Fairhaven, 13th. Morris Knowles Hills, 14th. 15 is Governor Livingston-New Providence. The Lancers sit one behind in the 16th spot. Verona Glen Ridge, 17. Ramapo, 18. Hillsborough, 19th. And just hanging in there is Pope John. Now, we're going to see weekly rankings. They're going to differentiate per week. This is your preseason rankings, Jacob. And both these two teams have showed a promising start. And even with a loss today, that's against a top-tier team that might keep them in there.
Absolutely. This is going to be a really great game, Ryan. I expect nothing less than at least a somewhat tight game.
We're now going to hand it to the PA announcer. Help us honor America. Let's play McInnis Cup Ice Hockey. The Governor Livingston-New Providence Highlanders and the Livingston Lancers, two teams that have had a very successful recent history here in the NJIIHL. Let's talk a little bit about our coaches. A little sick today, but in his 16th season is Mr. Conklin. He's just a few wins away from the Big 200. And on the other side, for the Highlanders, let's give a little bit more of a preview to the first-year coach, Greg Jensen, shall we? He grew up in New Jersey. He played junior ice hockey for the Jersey Wildcats. He played 4 years of high school ice hockey in the Gordon Eastern Conference for Pope John. The best they've done was make it to the non-public semifinals. He played collegiately at Seton Hall University before transferring junior year to continue his high school hockey career at Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia. After college, Jensen assistant coached around the youth and high school ice hockey world, as well as the collegiate with the Jersey Wildcats, Monmouth University, Livingston High School, Sparta High School, and Ramapo College. And of course, Coach Conklin, he's built his career around sporting venues and, of course, around coaching Livingston ice hockey. It's year number 16 for him. Last year was one of his best seasons at the helm. That includes 22 wins, the most amount of wins a team has had in recent history for Livingston ice hockey.
You know, you could say from an outsider's perspective that it was his best season. I'm sure he wouldn't say that. I would say the year that his squad won the McInnis Cup, in 2012, he would say it was his best season. But 22 wins, school record. That's something to scoff at. A lot of the players that really helped get that team there, they're not here anymore. Won their first game. See if they can build on that and really show the new age of Lancer ice hockey.
Yeah, not only that, Justinas is playing outstanding for the Lancers, and net, that's Justinas Sanders. Zales is stepping up for the Lancers as a lowerclassman who's been doing great. Zox has been an off-the-bat contributor, and Silva and Sharangovich are still in the development stages, but bringing a lot to the table for the Lancers. Let's do this! Lancers home opener. Their second game here at Cody Arena in Essex County, New Jersey, as we get things started with a missile immediately for an icing. Jacob, it's a beautiful evening, and we're ready to go. Both teams are 1-0. So off the icing, 14:51 left to play here in the opening period of hockey. Ryan Labby, Jacob Gorn, and on camera today is Mr. Joseph Henry. Governor Livingston at the blue line. They will hold control. They will push ahead. And the puck is going to head all the way back for Reed Plotnick. A few Lancers who last year weren't receiving much ice time are really now going to have to step up to the table. And one player who's always seen himself as a marquee contributor is now the man himself. That's Dylan Schultz. 3 goals on the season, all 3 in the opener.
He started off the season the best way possible, a hat trick. And like you said, I'm intrigued to see how Reed Plotnick, Alex Selvin do. 2 players that are in their senior years. This is going to be their first year really getting big time ice time.
Flung around the boards. This shot is deflected. Let's see what the Lancers can do with this. Here's Tarasuk. Igor Tarasuk with a head of steam. He shoots, and it's saved by Kyle Foster, the junior in net. One thing that we always see in high school ice hockey, Jacob, when you lose a goalkeeper, it's a rebuilding stage for you during the preseason.
And that's the case with most teams. I wouldn't say that's the case with Livingston, as you have behind Zach Durbin, who's been one of the best goalies in the state the past few years. You have Justine Sanders, who's been excellent.
Home opener for the Livingston Lancers here on the NFHS Network. Governor Livingston still awaiting their first home game of the season. They played at the Hackensack Ice House versus Glen Rock. This is their second divisional competition as this shot is deflected. Here's a shot that is saved and poked away. Shot coming from Sean Chen. And now Kyle Foster with 2 key saves in the opening minute of play.
Sean Chen's the guy, Ryan, that you also look at if you're looking at Livingston's roster. Hasn't gotten a lot of ice time his first couple of years in high school, but this year he's going to have to take a much bigger role playing on this second line with some really talented players in Igor Tarasuk and Zach Silva.
Face-off wrapped around far side. This one is going to be touched down by Zach Silva. To the back, the Lancers will control near their blue line. Trying to clear it is Selvin. Now here comes Governor Livingston down the other side as this shot is deflected away. Jordan Baum. Swung on over to Fowlis. Scrum behind the net. Selvin trying to fight for it, trying to piece for it, taken away by Governor Livingston in the back. Here's Benward. Benward hammered down, and now here come the Lancers down the other side. Zales swings one ahead as this shot is saved, coming from Zach Silva.
That hit behind the net there, Ryan, from Selvin is exactly what you're looking for from a guy like him. Especially after turning the puck over in the neutral zone, being the reason for that offensive zone shift from Livingston.
Governor Livingston 18-6-1 last year. Non-public C state champions taking down the dominant Morris Knowles Hillside, representing Rockaway ice hockey. And the Lancers 22-4-3 as this shot is saved once again by Kyle Foster.
That one tie they had was actually against Livingston. We were at that game.
You know, Jacob, Livingston's ties last year, none of them were really seen to them as accomplishing. They were all really frustrating because the Summit tie was very frustrating. They knew they were the better team and they showed it through the later stages. As here's a shot that'll be saved by Foster. Foster on the robbery there. The Lancers thought they found an opportunity to go for their first goal of the second game of the season.
That was a nice chance in front for Cassesi.
Face-off won by Governor Livingston and chipped ahead. Tough time controlling is Conklin. Pushed ahead by Captain Schultz with the hat-trick to his name. Schultz will be offside, so we'll have to revert backward. Plotnick to his fellow defenseman Brett Conklin. Chipped backward, and the Lancers will have to reset once again, this time behind the net of Justina Sanders. Sanders' backup goalie, Jake Rich. He's only a freshman, Jacob. Punched ahead. Puck in no man's land, taken away, poked away. And now here come the Lancers down the other side with the head of steam. Here comes Captain Schultz. Schultz takes a shot from the impossible angle, and it finds the wrong side.
Ryan, that angle is it's not impossible for Jack Hughes, who had a 6-minute shift to end the Devils game last night. That is the longest in NHL history since shift lengths were tracked.
Captain Kramer deflected. Lancers now down the other side. Cassesi passes to the right side of the ice, and this one finds its way onto the Governor Livingston-New Providence bench. Now, Jacob, the way we're seeing the function of high school ice hockey this year, very similar to last year in terms of the playoff format. Non-public C, or rather public C, is combo programs, multiple schools representing one team on the ice. Public B, smaller public schools. Public A, the larger public schools, i.e. your Livingston Lancers, your Westfield Blue Devils, etc. Non-public, or rather public C, confusing them. Public C, rather, those are combo programs, as I said earlier. That's your Nutley, Bloomfield, Columbia's, your Governor Livingston, New Providence Highlanders, Verona, Glen Ridge, all those types of schools.
VGR, Governor Livingston, those are two schools I think are going to be competing for that Public Group C title once again.
Public Group C, definitely not the toughest of the three public brackets, but definitely one of the most exciting ones to watch. We saw last year Ken Lillian's Verona Glen Ridge Hillbillies were very frustrated. You know who else is going to be frustrated? That's going to be Dylan Weinrib. He goes down hard as this one takes a tough bounce and is controlled by Sanders. That shook the arena, Jacob.
That was a punishing blow, Ryan.
Jacob, one thing we've always seen from Livingston, their student section is admirable. Always in large numbers they come. Pass inside, deflected away. Key name, Jackson Benward, the junior for Governor Livingston. He's really been helping out this team. Swung around. Here's Benward again. Taken away by the Lancers. Here they come down the other side. Selvin ahead and punched away by Weinrib. Lancers controlling. They've had most of the possession today, but a lot of errors in the back has affected the amount of shots they've put on goal compared to Governor Livingston. Swung around. Here's Benward. Shift change for Governor Livingston as they're putting pressure on the Lancers.
First period, so it's not the long change.
No, one thing.
Livingston to get breakouts like this.
Silva ahead. Here goes Silva. Silva able to scrape around Sixnius. Played ahead now. Here's Kramer. Kramer tries to get around. He's going to lose his stick. He's punched to the boards by Conklin. Out in the back, here's a one-timer. Came poor off the stick. Played back, and this one's a tough bounce, saved by Sanders. Justinas, he's had a couple years of good development behind great goalkeeping. This one swung around. This shot is saved by Sanders. Justinas Sanders, he's now robbing Owen Cook, the freshman.
And that was his first real test of the night, Ryan. He's had some low danger chances, but that is a really great save in front on the freshman Cook.
This is our second straight game today here at Cody Arena's main ice on D1 Media Pro. The first one, A's side really got it handed to him versus a youthful and ready to go West Orange team. West Orange last year only 9-9-3. This year they get it started right with a 1-0 record, scoring 8 goals, conceding none, with Sarnicle in net. Kramer out to the key. Kramer will try and kick one. He's having trouble controlling. This one's going to sneak through. An opportunity now for Governor Livingston. But a hard hit is delivered by Selvin. Let's see how the Lancers can take this down the other side. Matthew Zox speeds ahead. Zox around the board. Tough hit to Cassesi, and now Governor Livingston will chip it ahead across the blue line. Selvin playing ahead. One thing the Lancers have seen, they're really trying to convert this very offensively heavy team into a defensive side.
It's what you're going to need to do when you lose your 2 top scorers from last year.
Swung around the boards now. Governor Livingston will punch ahead. Time for Zales. Zales, the sophomore, and now the Lancers will work down the other side. Dylan Schultz rips one. It's deflected off the D-line. Schultz will now try and spin around, sacrificing his body. There was Matt Whalen. And now Governor Livingston with Whalen down the other side. This pass, a miscommunication. Gets to Wechtel, though. Wechtel across the blue line. He rips one. It's punched away by Sanders. He pokes it aside. Governor Livingston now controlling, putting the Lancers under pressure. Tarasuk delivers a hit, and this one will cross the middle of the ice, and Governor Livingston will have to breathe defensively. Ryan Lowry, Jacob Gorn, Joseph Henry. Here come the Lancers down the other side. Off the deflection of the keeper was that shot, and the Lancers missed another key opportunity. And that's thanks to the terrific goalkeeping we've seen from Kyle Foster so far this season and today. And last game for Governor Livingston, it really was a strong start and a tough third period for them, but they were able to hold the 2-goal lead thanks to Silverman's 6 of the 7 goals. Back and forth hockey we're seeing so far. Here come the Lancers down the other side. Igor Tarasuk rips one. He almost nailed it through.
That was a really nice shot by Tarasuk. Ryan just missed on the short side. And we're going to have a stoppage for a batter down with a high stick.
Yeah, I was going to say a high stick. You can hear the Governor Livingston side, head coached by Greg Jensen. Frustrated there wasn't an original call there. Now a breath coming. 7:43 left to go here in the first period. Jacob, what have we seen as we're really starting to see these two teams still get the beginning of season jitters out? It's 2 games in 2 days for them.
Well, you can definitely see, especially Livingston, having just a tough time really moving the puck ahead in the offensive zone. Governor Livingston, I think, has been dominating a large majority of the possession, but when this Lancer team is going, they're really going, and Sanders has stood tall in net thus far.
Play to the back. Farino. And now here come the Lancers down the other side. Schultz rips one. Oh, it's just too high. Good opportunity for Livingston. They couldn't capitalize off the miscommunication on Governor Livingston offense. There's a hard hit. And now the Highlanders come down the other side. Past the half marker, here's Silverman. Silverman, 6 goals, leads around looking for a 7th. He can't do it. Sanders delivers a hit in net. Pass inside, and not a good touch there from Brian Kramer.
Ryan Alex Selvin got turned inside out by Silverman there. That was a nasty move. Hand pass.
So hand pass signal, you can really only catch it and put it down. That's just as much as you can do with your hand. And one thing we have to mention for some small rule changes we're seeing here, it's now the head coach's decision of the home team when you want to have the long intermission and when you want to have the short one. You have the option of 1 15-minute intermission, or 10-minute rather, and 1 5-minute intermission. Likely Coach Conklin will make the first period intermission shorter than the second, as this one is trickled and saved. And now Governor Livingston able to clear it away.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, Ryan, in choosing the second intermission to be the longer one. After the second period, your legs are a little less fresh than they are going into the second period.
Yeah, the second period is also the slowest period when it comes to excitement usually. Both teams are starting to find comfort, starting to find control, but it's not do-or-die hockey quite yet. The smash-mouth ice hockey comes in the third period. This shot, saved by Sanders, can't control it though, and swung around the boards and punched ahead by Mitchell Friedman. Jacob, this is our first broadcast of the season, and what we're starting to see here is some names for the Lancers last year that were getting minimal ice time during times where the Lancers were winning big or not playing key opponents are now really the faces of the team, and they've really built well into that position.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've seen some guys really play well. They didn't get a ton of ice time last year. I think this team just needs to build some more chemistry. When you graduate as many top guys that Livingston just played constantly last year, that as you do, chemistry, I think, is the most important thing. And I think we will see this team improve as the year goes on.
Zox collides with Benward. Jackson Benward, the junior. Governor Livingston will control and play it up the ice. There's a hard hit, delivered right into the bench. Ryan Sixnius. It's good he was checking out anyway, Jacob, because he was delivered there like a package.
Alex Selvin sent him right to the bench.
Schultz leaves around. He's going to lose control of it. Backhand opportunity, and Zox will have to control with it as it's taken away by Governor Livingston. Played ahead, past the mid-marker. Conklin winds ahead, and here comes Sixnius with plenty of time and 4 players around him. Tries to chip one ahead.
Smart play there by Conklin. Send it in, let his team change.
Icing. And now the puck will come to the left side of your screen. Jacob, we're really seeing this Lancers team as well as this Governor Livingston team really try and find footing without key players from last year. And I have to mention this for Livingston. It's that defensive solid hitter of Jace Dox that the Lancers are missing. That really riles up the crowd and gets the team fired up.
And you have a guy that gets suspended for it. You know he's a hard-hitting, physical guy. And you can tell last year, when you're being around this team before games, he got them riled up, and you definitely are going to miss that presence.
Yeah, that was likely why the West Morris game after the McInnis Cup was scheduled prior to the playoffs. He was suspended a couple games, and they needed to burn one game so he can be eligible for the playoffs. And, well, the Lancers had a successful run there. They didn't quite do it at the time, though. Shot deflected and out. Open opportunity for Brady Silverman, but the Lancer defense comes in, gets a skate on it with 4:25. As I was saying, that loss in the finals, many say it was due to the lighting adjustment. The Lancers say the lighting at the Prudential Center much different than Cody Arena. On the other side, Ridge, just a team that is very well acquainted with state finals appearances and sectional finals appearances as a school, and their players play very high level as well. AAA players all around on the club side of things. Pass inside, taken away by the Lancers and poked ahead by Zales. Conklin cleans one up, sends it ahead. Here's Zach Silva. Silva sends the puck for a run for Tarasuk. Under 4 minutes left to play here in the opening period of action on the NFHS network.
And even guys, I was talking about chemistry before, like Silva, Tarasuk there.
Kramer winds around. Can he get a shot? And yes, he can! And he scores! Shot fits into the back of the net for a Highlanders goal. 8th goal of the season. First goal of the game. Jacob, how about those Highlanders getting things started? We saw it just perfectly executed. Ryan Kramer.
Zales was turned inside out there. It was beat clean, and that was a wicked shot by Kramer.
Kramer, a key returner for this team. Last year was his junior season, his sophomore season. He helped anchor a team that won the Kelly Cup in the COVID-shortened year, a year where you did not see any state playoffs, which was very unfortunate because this team was buzzy and ready to go and wanted to play top talent, and they showed it by promoting themselves in last season's and McInnis regular season, in which Governor Livingston had a nice stint. They had an early exit to West Essex Caldwell, team that really never showed their talent till the tournament, a 10-13 record to end the season. 1-0 Islanders here on the NFHS network, presented by D1 Media Pro. Today's production is brought to you by Toronto's Pizza Kitchen in Livingston, New Jersey, 9 minutes away from Cody Arena. Toronto's Pizza Kitchen is a Dave Portnoy visited location in Livingston, providing locals with some of the best slices along drinks, gelato, and an entire menu to select from. Head over to 69 East Northfield Road in Livingston, Essex County, New Jersey. Toronto's Pizza is available for delivery.
Ryan, as I was saying before, I was talking about chemistry, and even guys like Silva and Tarasuk, who really were key contributors last year when they were healthy. Of course, Tarasuk missed a large chunk of that at the end of the season. They never really played together, so they're going to need to learn to build some chemistry as well.
The Lancers only 2 regular season losses last year. One of them came to Morristown Beard, who's a very tough, fierce opponent that the Lancers may see this season. Up the ice, here they come. The other loss was to St. Joseph Montvale in the Ice Vault Classic. That competition will likely not be played again this year. Joe's Montvale, they might not have had the best record last year, but their competition got them ready for a matchup against a tough competition within Livingston Lancers. Ice Highlanders trying to build something up once again. This one is taken away. Captain Schultz loses the puck, gets his skate twisted with the Highlander. Punched forwards. Here's an opportunity for Schultz. Schultz rips one. Glove down. Kyle Foster hasn't let anything by him this period. I don't see why it would, because he's just doing terrific.
He's locked in. And honestly, I think that is a big thing for goaltenders early on in the game. When teams fire a ton of really not super high danger chances, and maybe a few sprinkled in there against a netminder, it really dials them in and gets them ready for the rest of the game.
Now the Governor Livingston-New Providence fan club here today, not as big as the Lancer student section. However, they're loud and they're excited and they're ready to go, because this is one of the buzziest teams in New Jersey that has just in recent history been almost impossible to take down. Governor Livingston only 6 losses last year. None of them came in the postseason. I believe that was an offsides call with 1:27 left to go. And one thing, I'm not sure if this really can impact the Lancers. However, one thing to note, Coach Conklin having trouble communicating today. He is a little sick with a cold. Did a lot of yelling last night, says a lot of the players. He was very passionate to be back on the ice.
I think not having your head coach be able to communicate as well could be a factor, but I really don't think it's that it's that big of an impact, especially in...
Played forwards, here's Tarasuk. Tarasuk over skates. Offside waved off as that one was punched ahead by Conklin. Down the other side, now comes Kramer. Kramer will leave for Cucharo. And nothing to come there, as both teams will make line changes. 52 left to go here in the first period. Jacob, what have we seen so far from Governor Livingston has really prevailed them as the better team?
I think they have control of possession. They've done a much better job in Livingston with just controlling pucks. You can tell. I've said chemistry a few times in this period. They just have more of it. They just seem to have been able to find each other a lot more on the ice.
Now under 45 seconds left to play. Schultz is going to try and build something up. He wants his 4th goal of the season. That's been something. He's got his stick wrapped around multiple different things today. That's affected him on breakaways. Not only that, perfect in the first period has been Kyle Foster. He might get tested another time or two, this time by Schultz. Schultz weaves around, tries to get a stick on it. Coming out of the crease to make an impact this time is Foster. It's really hard to try and take over Shane Cook's position. Foster gave up 5 goals last night. Tonight, he's having a great first period, likewise to his last competition on Friday. Punched across the blue line, only 5 seconds. Can the Lancers brew a goal together? It's likely not, as this one's deflected and can't cross. That'll do the first period. 1 goal, and that came from Governor Livingston-New Providence. They hold a 1-0 lead thanks to the senior, Brian Kramer. Stay tuned here to the NFHS Network as we have the first intermission.
And he go to the air again, and that's a touchdown. That's order. Gordon, back to pass. Gonna throw a deep ball, far side, caught! Touchdown! Nasir Addison on the reception. And Irvington jumps out on top. It's 6-0 Blue Knights. 9:01 left to go here in the first quarter.
Oliver from the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's a passing play. They'll work easy to Phillips. Phillips got a lot of yards. He's to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Nice run there by James.
He drops back. Little pressure. He comes up. He throws it deep. And it's a flag on the play, along with the reception.
A lot of time to make a play.
Third down and long. There's a pass play, and it's intercepted. Eric Perez with the pick. Can he go to the house? He lost the ball. He recovered it. What's the sign?
That's Smothers saying, look at him go. He just broke through the whole defense.
That's right.
He looked like he's going to take that to the house right there. That's a touchdown. He didn't even cut.
Touchdown Cougars.
That's the most dynamic play I've seen all year.
Number 3, Dylan.
That play's got
Screen pass out in the flat, caught, and it's a touchdown for St. Peter's. O'Donnell swinging away, puts it over the shortstop's head. That's a base hit. It'll score 1. Faraz on his way home. Throw is not in time. Going quickly, Bullock takes the snap, throws to the far side. Wide open touchdown.
In there, called strike 3 looking. Mulcahy strikes out the side. He's perfect through 2.
Now up ahead for the Marauders. Here comes Benkovich. They score! Michael Benkovich for St. Peter's Pep. Bounced on the ground to short. Faraz Fields flip to O'Donnell 1. Throw on to first in time for a double play. Just look back out there for the Marauders. He takes the snap. Looking over the middle. Has a man. Kenny Stewart reels it in. 35. Stick on to defend this. Stewart to the 20. Once again, hit in the air to deep center field. Sicka moving on the back at the wall. It's gone! Ellis Reed with a 2-run blast. And the Marauders have a 6-0 lead.
St. Peter's Prep has the best coverage for its student athletes. Why don't you?
Second period of action. Coach Conklin had the decision whether he wanted the first or second period to be the long break, and he's deciding he wants to cut the ice in between period 2 and period 3. Jacob, what do you make of that decision?
I think it's a smart move. Like I said in the first period, you have a lot more energy if you have that break between the second and third than you do between the first and second, just because you played more hockey at that point. Simple as that.
Governor Livingston's goal was scored by the senior Brian Kramer. Brian Kramer had a big year last year, and on the other side, this is going to be his first goal of the season. He has an assist coming into this matchup in the 7-5 win last night versus Glenrock. The Lancers still looking for their first goal of their second game of the season, and you can really tell, Jacob, that they were frustrated at the end of their first period due to the result. It's really been back and forth. They put a lot of pressure on, specifically Schultz.
Schultz looked fantastic, and you expect nothing less. He's named captain for a reason.
The boards are shaking. Everyone's ready to go. It's the middle period of hockey here on the NFHS Network. Governor Livingston-New Providence leading the Lancers 1-0 in the Lancers home opener here on G1 Media Pro, presented by the NFHS Network. It's NJIIHL McInnis hockey. Kramer with the goal. He's looking for number 2 as he sweeps around the boards. He passes one inside. It's deflected, and the Lancers want to move quickly this time. This one is passed to Captain Schultz. Schultz, most recently elected captain. He takes a shot, and it's no good. This one, that pass right back to him, can't get a stick on it as he was reverting backwards at the same time.
Great shot by Schultz there, nice chance.
Kramer runs into the Berlin wall, and now here come the Lancers the other way. Punishing hit. Lancers still moving, though, as this pass just a little bit too strong for Matthew Zox. Zox plays ahead as this one is chipped out of play. Wow, that landed perfectly on the blue marker. Couldn't see that one on your screen, but that one did not hit the floor. Landed on the backside of the boards. So, Jacob, what do you make of the first period for Governor Livingston? You've been talking a lot about Livingston. What about Governor Livingston-New Providence? What do you make of their first period?
I thought they looked great. I thought they really looked in sync. They look like a team that is going to score a lot of goals this year, and they showed that in their previous game, 7-5 victory over Glenrock.
You know, Jacob, one thing a lot of New Jersey hockey media have been saying, they are really the buzziest team in New Jersey year in and year out. They always feed off each other's energy, and they always really find a way to replace a similar style of hockey with different players from the previous year. They're looking like a similar team to last year with different names behind the uniform.
Absolutely. I mean, you can tell they're not faltering from their game.
Igor Tarasuk ahead of steam for the sophomore. Taken back by the Lancers. Let's see if they can brew something together. This is a slap shot. Selvin. And he's robbed by Kyle Foster once again.
That was a nice shot by Alex Selvin.
Selvin tried to go 5-hole there. He couldn't get it.
I think he was trying to go top shelf there.
Yeah, pardon me, top shelf.
Nice save and a high shot there from Foster.
Alex Selvin last year had couple regular season, actually just one regular season goal, and was versus Princeton. He personally didn't really count it. He had a few postseason goals, including the best one being the Westfield goal that prevailed them to the finals.
Game-winning goal against the Blue Devils, and that was a huge goal for that team. Definitely a
Selvin once again, this time he tried to go 5-hole. He misses the marker.
Definitely a standout moment for the then junior.
Governor Livingston-New Providence, the Public C squad here in the McInnis division, with a 1-0 lead over a Public A squad within the Lancers. Both teams saw themselves playing at the Prudential Center last year. Governor Livingston a better result, but versus not as solid as a side. Many said that Verona Glen Ridge was the better team as this one trickles out of play. And now we're going to see a little extracurricular activity.
I don't think there really was an extracurricular activity. I think the complaining came from that.
Well, Bound went face-to-face there with Silva. It looked like they were exchanging vernacular as it's getting loud here.
Sales is heading to the box. I'm mistaken.
So our first punisher of the game. Sales will go to the box, and now the Lancers are on the penalty kill. Let's see that Governor Livingston power play, Jacob, come into fruition.
This is a big kill.
Governor Livingston trying to double their lead. They want to be up by a pair. Their first goal was scored by number 29, Brian Kramer, the senior. He now has a goal and an assist to his name to date at this very minute. Lancers cleared away. This one right back to the keeper. And played ahead to Matt Whalen, the senior. Second period of action. Played across the ice. Turning around is Cucharo. And this one crosses the blue line. Once again, the Lancers and Governor Livingston will take a breather. A shifty maneuver from Whalen. Whalen's still with it. As he's going to cross, he's going to take a shot. It's wide. Attempted punch away by Plotnick doesn't go through. Governor Livingston still controls. Played forward by Kramer. He gets it back once again. Out behind to Whalen. Back to Kramer. Kramer weaves around Plotnick. He lets one rip. Back on it once again as the captain. Let's see what he does this time. He plays one back for the one-timer. Deflected and cleared away.
That was a huge block, I believe, by Plotnick. He's getting some stick taps on the bench for that one.
Whalen on it, 11:45 left to play, 40 seconds left to go on the power play. Cucharo, far side, here's an opportunity for Baum, saved and covered up on the extra effort alongside a collision and extracurricular activity. Jacob, for real this time.
Livingston not happy with Governor Livingston charging the crease. You can't touch the goalie, Ryan. That's the golden rule in hockey.
Special thank you to Mr. Steve Ruggiero, the General Manager of Operations here at Richard J. Cody Arena in West Orange, New Jersey, the home of Thomas Edison. 11:34 left to go here in the middle period. Nice-sized McInnis hockey crowd. Exactly what we would expect, Jacob. This is high-level ice hockey. And these are two teams ready to compete for the Cup. We have a state champion and a team that made it to both the Cup finals and state finals within the Lancers, but just couldn't find goal. They want to do different this year.
Seeing a lot of Brett Conklin on this kill with Ryan Zales in the box.
Cleared away, and that will do the power play for Governor Livingston. Zales will return to the ice, put on a little pressure. Offsides is called. Jacob, as I was saying, this Lancers team's record was so impressive last year. Their two losses were not against divisional competition, and they were hard-fought, close competitions.
Yeah, they lost to Mobeer, but they also beat Mobeer earlier in the year.
It went both ways. Very rare you see a team take on another team twice in the regular season when they're not both in the same division of a conference or even in the same conference or county to begin with. The first Governor Livingston, the first Morristown Beard Livingston game was scheduled to be versus Summit. Summit had to reschedule. And so Livingston was able to use their ice time to play Mo Beard for the first of two times that season, the other one on the schedule since the beginning. And the second one, Jacob, we spoke to Austin Vecchio, former captain of the Lancers and superstar ice hockey player, who's currently at Delaware right now playing in the ACHA. He said it was a tough contest for Livingston. They were burnt out, but they were ready to go for the playoffs of the McInnis Cup, and they had a great run, taking down a Summit team that they tied to get there.
Great job by Silva to hold the zone there, Ryan. Excellent effort.
Leading around is Kramer. Kramer in the danger zone. Now it's going to be a one-on-one opportunity. Silverman, he's going to weave around. He's going to try and get a shot off. No, it's going to be left behind him. And Sanders using the stick to save the day.
No icing call, Ryan.
Not enough. It's waved off, Jacob.
Silverman's turning everyone inside out today, Ryan.
The long pass, and now here comes Governor Livingston across the ice. Kramer looking for two. Deflected off the puck. Under 10 minutes now left to go here in the middle period. This one's taken away. This is a one-time pass. It's no good. Off a touch, believe it or not. Looked like it was a one-time setup, Jacob. Chipped ahead, deflected away. Here's Schultz on the puck now. Schultz trying to attack with it. Leaves it behind and mistouched by Sean Chen. Icing called, 9:21. Jacob, that was a perfect one-time pass setup. Took a touch on the puck. Too close. Sanders just poked it away.
Might have been a defenseman there too to knock it free. Lancers escape. They've really they've just been beat one-on-one. That's been one of their issues in this game so far. They need a good shift here.
Lancers win the face-off. This one-time shot is saved. Deflected off of Kyle Foster. He's been having a great time in net today for Governor Livingston. Hasn't given up any goals. First period shutout under a lot of scrutiny and pressure. Pass up the gut, poked away, going down off of the play there was Copeland. And there's another contested effort. Sanders is doing an excellent job in net, Jacob, regardless of the goal given up. From far, here's a wrist shot. It's deflected away. And Governor Livingston will have to reset.
One thing I'm noticing, Ryan, Livingston's losing a lot of puck battles. I think it's one of the reasons that they really have not been able to control a lot of the possession in this game.
A collision finds Silva on it. He's facing both defenders. He weaves around. He resets his pass. Ooh, looked like it was off the frame. Pass inside, and the shot doesn't come. Solid defense from Governor Livingston. Poked forward by Silva.
Looks like we have a little bit of a line change, and it's one that I was kind of wondering about if we would see anytime soon. And Silva has moved up to that top line with Schultz.
Terrific route, but the pass just can't be executed. Nice defensive effort by Zales.
Ryan, those are two guys that played together for a large portion of last year.
Jacob, you're what I like to call a lines expert. What do you see here within the Livingston lines?
I just said I think we need to see some more chemistry between these guys, and I think moving Silva with Schultz is a good move. Those are, like I said, two guys that played a ton last year.
Governor Livingston control behind their net. They try and poke one forward. Cronwall to the ground goes Owen Cook. The freshman got fed his breakfast. Let's see what Livingston can brew together here. In the back, here's a shot from far. It's deflected away. Selvin on the defensive side of the puck will have to regroup. A little shooken up is Owen Cook. He loses the puck. Let's see what Livingston can do. Forward now, here comes Ryan Zales. Zales rips one. This one almost trickles by. Looks like Kyle Foster had the better end of the effort. Foster somehow kept that one out off of a tough deflection.
Penalty coming up though, Ryan.
The Lancer student section is ready to go. We're going to see their power play.
Anthony Labizzi's heading to the box.
So Labizzi, the next one punished today. He opens up his door. Governor Livingston now getting ready. You could see their shift change to play shorthanded. This is a tying opportunity for the Lancers, Jacob, with roughly 7 minutes left to play in the middle period. The Highlanders win the face-off, and it'll cross the middle of the ice for a clearance, but Schultz is ready to go, but he leaves it behind him. It was poked away. Kramer clears one forwards, and Sanders going to have to relieve under pressure. Swings it. There he goes. He's going to go down. Everyone wants a foul. They're not going to get one. No penalty coming. Schultz. Lancers still on the power play. Remember that one. And cleared away once again. Not much pressure. Don't really think we've actually seen a shot in these past 40 seconds.
I mean, they just got to get set up, Ryan.
The student section wanted a penalty there. It looked like Sanders might have been tripped. No whistle came in.
I think officials probably saying that it was incidental contact, which is not a penalty.
Looks like it was just an incidental trip. This one cleared away once again. We're halfway through the penalty, and Kramer wants to score shorthanded. He's oh so close. Now Kramer looking to try and find help, and he'll just burn some clock. Gives up on the breakaway. Sneaky was Whalen. Out behind the defense. He'll dump one to the back. Take up the Lancers power play, not looking too fierce.
You can tell definitely missing that presence of Austin Vecchio, who...
Ryan Zales across the ice. He's going to collide with fellow number 2, Jeremy Sixnius. Sounded like it might have hit off the frame. Close but no cigar for the Lancers. Poked to front, and Sixnius will try and clear it away, and this one's just going to sneak by Ryan Zales.
That should do the power play.
Looks like that'll do the power play. Even strength between these two teams is now skating to the bench is Anthony Labizzi, the junior. He's now going to be replaced by Brady Silverman. Silverman, 6 goals on the season, all in the opener. Game number 2 for both teams. Governor Livingston looking forward to their home opener soon, coming this week. Livingston, this is their home opener, their second game at Cody.
3-game homestand for Livingston, Ryan, coming up. This
technically 3-game homestand.
Yeah, well, technically.
Here's a shot saved by Sanders. The putback. And now the Lancers are going to try and clear it past the blue line. They can't. Here's a shot. Rocks wide. Whalen out in the back now to Silverman. Silverman tries to brew up a play. He can't. Here come the Lancers down the other side. It'll just be chipped forward by Matthew Scharf, the freshman. 4:19. Clock ran for a couple extra seconds. I think since it's the middle period, nobody will argue. If that was a third period issue, I think it would be a different story.
Kramer and Selvin got tangled up in the front of the net there for a moment, Ryan.
Highlanders hold the 1-0 lead here on the NFHS Network. This presentation brought to you by D1 Media Pro. Ryan Zales plays one ahead for Zox. Schultz. And dumps back now for Governor Livingston. Jeremy Sixnius. Ahead now goes Governor Livingston. Silverman collides with the touching the puck, Brett Conklin. Now the Lancers down the far side of the ice. They cross their defensive blue line. They're having trouble building something up. Zales punching forward. Now to Schultz. Schultz and Zales. Schultz lets one rip. It's saved. Foster once again. Governor Livingston down the other side. Silverman. 3:20 left to go. Silverman behind the net. Weaves and grooves. He's going to lose the puck. Down the other side, it's Brett Conklin. Conklin in his 16th season, his father is head coaching the program. Jacob, he's done a phenomenal job recently.
I mean, 22 wins, school record. You can't deny that, Ryan.
He's very proud of his team's effort, maybe excluding the best 2 matches. Kramer, backhander saved by Sanders. Whalen. Down. Whalen takes a shot. It's deflected. Trying to find it was Tarasuk. He can't. Still under pressure. Governor Livingston will try and take a shot. It's deflected away. Poked forward now. Here comes Igor Tarasuk. Tarasuk uses the boards ahead. 2:20. It's going to be a race won by Kucharo. Swung around, trying to clear was Whalen, and Governor Livingston will try and build something together. Lancers controlling on their defensive side. Conklin. Conklin still on it. He's able to chip it ahead. Here's a shot. A nice screen makes it tough, but Sanders still does the job well.
I was tipped, I believe, Ryan. Not batted down.
Today's broadcast once again brought to you by Toronto's Pizza Kitchen of Livingston, located under 10 minutes away right here from Cody Arena. I'm not sure about today. There was a lot of traffic at the Livingston Circle on the border of West Orange, but it's a local area and it's a good way to get pizza and enjoy your evening.
Ryan, I think they're going to say this was a high stick batted down, so Livingston will get an offensive zone face-off. A little bit of a break there. Here come the Lancers ahead.
Shot saved by Sanders. Justinas having a great game. He only gave up his second goal in 2 games in the first period against a terrific player with him, Brian Kramer. Governor Livingston definitely holding most possession today in this matchup, Jacob.
I think that power play might have killed some of the momentum for Livingston, if anything.
Definitely didn't help the morale. 80 seconds left to play in the middle period for the long change. Out in the back, Sixnius lets one rip. It's deflected. And in the back, Governor Livingston will control. Edward tries to find something he can't out in the back. Up front, Whalen plays one forward. Deflected backwards by Sixnius. Under a minute left to play here in the second period. T1 Media Pro NFHS Network. Lancer Ice Hockey. Governor Livingston-New Providence Ice Hockey. The Highlanders. 2 schools, 1 team. That's Public C Hockey. Here's a shot by Whalen. Sanders on the save. Now, Jacob, we're talking Public A, Public B, Public C. Who do you have winning these 2 brackets, Public A and Public C, which Livingston and Governor Livingston will try and enter with good records and power points?
I think Governor Livingston has a really nice shot to take Public C. And Livingston, you know, it's going to be a little bit tougher for them. Obviously, lost in the finals for Public A last year, but as we've been talking about this whole entire game, graduated majority of their top players.
Now a half a minute worth of time left in the middle period. Here's a wraparound shot. It's deflected. Opportunity. This one is off the netting from Brady Silverman. Can you believe that, Jacob? A double hat trick. 6 goals in just 1 game. He had a terrific evening last night with a 7-5 victory versus Glenrock. Glenrock almost made a comeback. Hard to believe it's been 2 years since Glenrock won the McInnis division. Time really moves quickly. And last year it was the Westfield Blue Devils, a team trying to enter the rankings. They were unranked this year at the beginning of the season. Westfield had a terrific start to the regular season, a massive win versus Hillsborough. 8.5, 8 seconds, 5 milliseconds left in the second period.
One more shot here for Livingston to get something going. You can tell they're going to need this long break here, Ryan.
Jacob, to say the least, it's been a low-scoring period. Both goalies have done their job, and now the Lancers are going to be on the power play. That looks like Brian Kramer that just entered the box for the Highlanders of Governor Livingston-New Providence.
With 8 seconds left, look for a set play here, Ryan.
So this power play will enter the third period, the beginning stages, with 1:52. That's unless Livingston scores here. Here's a good opportunity. This shot is into the back of the net for a Lancers goal. That's how you tie it up. Igor Tarasuk.
What did I say, Ryan? A set play off the faceoff with 8 seconds left, and Igor Tarasuk rips a shot with a screen in front. Tie game.
Second season with Livingston High School Ice Hockey. For Tarasuk, he, like many other players, has to step up, and that's exactly what he did. We have a tie matchup here at Cody Arena in West Orange, the home of Thomas Edison. Three seconds left to go here in the middle period. The Lancers tie this one up. A goal per period is what we've seen. That's a power play goal. And the Lancers will concede the final seconds of the period with the puck as they tie the matchup. It's the long break, Jacob, coming up. A smash mouth, third period. We're all tied up at 1 here at Cody Arena. Stay tuned to the NFHS Network for more.
And you go to the air again, and they... And that's
order. Gordon, back to pass. Gonna throw a deep ball, far side. Caught! Touchdown! Nasir Addison on the reception. And Irvington jumps out on top. It's 6-0 Blue Knights. 9:01 left to go here in the first quarter.
Oliver from the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's a passing play. They'll work easy to Phillips. Phillips got a lot of yards. He's to the 20. 10, 5, touchdown!
Nice run there by James.
He drops back. Little pressure. He comes up. He throws it deep. And it's a flag on the play, along with the reception.
A lot of time to make a play.
3rd down and long. There's a pass play, and it's intercepted. Eric Perez with the pick. Can he go to the house? He lost the ball. He recovered it. What's the sign?
That's Smothers saying, look at him go. He just broke through the whole defense.
That's right.
He looked like he's going to take that to the house right there. That's a touchdown. He didn't even come.
Touchdown Cougars.
That's the most dynamic play I've seen all year.
Number 3, Timmons.
That play's got
Screen pass out in the flat, caught, and it's a touchdown for St. Peter's. O'Donnell swinging away, puts it over the shortstop's head. That's a base hit. It'll score 1. Faraz on his way home. Throw is not in time. Going quickly, Bullock takes the snap, throws to the far side. Wide open touchdown.
In there, called strike 3 looking. Mulcahy strikes out the side. He's perfect through 2.
Now up ahead for the Marauders. Here comes Benkovich. They score! Michael Benkovich for St. Peter's Prep. Bounced on the ground to short. Faraz Fields flip to O'Donnell 1. Throw on to first in time for a double play. Just we'll look back out there for the Marauders. He takes the snap. Looking over the middle. Has a man. Can he scores? Reels it in. 35. Stick on to defenders. Still on to the 20. Once again, hit in the air to deep center field. Sicka moving on the back at the wall. It's gone! Ellis Reed with a 2-run blast. And the Marauders have a 6-0 lead.
St. Peter's Prep has the best coverage for its student athletes. Why don't you? one of New Jersey's premier high school basketball teams, gets their coverage from D1 Media Pro, and it goes like this.
Finds Floyd to tie things up. Tie game! 62 apiece. 90 seconds. Floyd attacking and throws it down. Corey Floyd. A missed opportunity down low behind the back to Bueno and one. Lawrence with Floyd. He'll lob it up for the slam. Too low for Dunn. Wilcher to Floyd. Lays it in and one on the lob. Thought about the three. Drive baseline. Oh, what a start for Corey Floyd. Here with Corey Floyd after a tough... Wilcher, three. Got it. Simeon Wilcher is fired up. And Simeon Wilcher all alone with the flush. Here with Simeon Wilcher. And a pass taken away by Marshall. And he'll throw it down. Tosses it ahead to Valencia. Sering driving and throws it down. He can't get around and a turnover. Corey Floyd has it. Step through, lay in, through the basket. Marcus Cerroti here with Roselle Catholic head coach Dave Boff. Dave, you're coming up.
Now it's your time to join.
The North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute is the preferred practice for diagnosis and orthopedic treatment in New Jersey. Our focus includes sports injuries, as well as the treatment of a broad range of orthopedic complaints, from common tendon ailments and arthritic joint pain to traumatic injuries. Our facility offers an on-site physical therapy suite, in conjunction with specifically designed exercise programs, non-invasive and advanced healing technology. Specialist Dr. Michael Rusinella utilizes non-surgical and minimally invasive surgical procedures to help patients regain back their quality of life.
The middle, barreling towards the goal line. Baldwin is in for a Vance touchdown.
Right down the middle, man. This guy, and he keep going and
the ball's loose.
And they hop back on it. That's a touchdown.
Short punt, bounds at the 35. Fielded at the 40 by Quick. Out to the corner. He's got blockers and a lot of green grass in front of him. Cuts back. He's in for a touchdown.
Swing pass in the flat.
Gets to the corner, he's going to get in the end zone.
Touchdown.
Good job, block. Third down and 17, a handoff, getting to the outside. There's a hole, there's a first down, and all the way to the races is Elijah McWilliam to the house for a touchdown and for an IMEC for a division championship.
Like family.
Floyd, he's open. Thought about the three. Drives baseline. Oh, what a start for Corey Floyd. Free throw line. Tries to dump a pass off. Gets intercepted. Freeman all the way to the hole. Oh, what a block by Moore. Left to play in the fourth quarter. Cromartie, three. Got it. Davis probes in the corner. Three-pointer up and down. Brown again. His second straight three. Roselle Catholic in a hurry. Wilcher back to Bueno. He's going to try and tie it. And he does. Oh, big shots all around.
He can't get around, and a turnover. Corey Floyd has it. Step through, lay in, build the basket.
Here's Kramer. Kramer walking in. Pass in front. They score! 5. Puck comes back out to the point. Gorski with a shot, and then they score! Slap shot from the point. Block the side. Here comes Ken Bishop walking in short-handed. He scores! Off ahead for the Marauders. Here comes Bigwitz. They score! Michael Benkovitz for St. Peter's Pep, and they lead it 3-2. The celebration is underway. The horn sounds, and the Glen Rock Panthers are the McInnis Cup champions. But that's going to do it. The revenge tour is complete. The Don Bosco Prep Ironmen are the Gordon Cup Conference champions.
You can see the future of the Duke and North Carolina rivalry on D1 Media Pro.
There you see Hubert Davis, head coach of North Carolina, here to see Simeon
We're
Wilk.
looking live right there at a trio of Duke basketball coaches: John Shire, Nolan Smith, Emil Jefferson. Clock now at 12. Kicks it in the corner. Lively for three. Got it. Derek Lively, a corner three in an early third quarter. As he'll look to go off the dribble here, goes right around Lively, and he gets the roll. Inbounds to Wilcher. A step back, fade away, through contact. Simeon Wilcher. He's out for Mbako. He'll try one from beyond the arc. And Mackenzie Mbako is on fire to start this one. The Marauders go back to their bread and butter. Their 3 offensive touchdowns today have all been on the ground. They'll go back to the ground here with Slade, and he's untouched into the end zone for a touchdown. Sam Slade.
21. Missouri under pressure, and he's taken down. Jack Price with the sack.
And goes under center. Toss to Thomason, far side, trying to pick up blocks, trying to cut back upfield, and he's in for a Seton Hall Prep touchdown. Handoff, Butler once again, steps through a couple of tackles, spinning the pile, pushing him forward. Is he in? No signal. Yes, he is. Touchdown. Salters will take the snap. Looking to throw deep. He's got a man wide open. It's caught. Justin Mays, a foot race to the end zone. There he goes. Touchdown. 81.
Brown. Quarterback sneak to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Westfield.
Gordon, back to pass. Gonna throw a deep ball, far side. Caught. Touchdown. Nasir Addison.
Do you want your school to be covered by the #1 live stream service in the state of New Jersey so the entire country can see moments like this?
We play once again. Free kick coming for the Mountaineers. Short shot on goal. On post. And Mustangs gets the goal, and they win. They take down the #2 ranked Seton Hall Pirates. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to take it himself. Barreling towards the goal line, and he's in. Taj Bullock from 3 yards out, and the Marauders lead it 20-7.
Or be a witness to to championships like these.
Montclair are state sectional champions. They defeat Livingston 4-1, and the Mounties sweep the boys and girls brackets in back-to-back wins over the Lancers.
3-2, there goes the runners. Swing on and miss, strike three. That does it. The Cranford Cougars are the Last Dance World Series champions.
Or have exclusive interviews with players and coaches.
Maroon and Silver star pitcher Teague Mulcahy. I'm here with Cranford star Ryan Jaros. We're with the Bergen Crusaders star of the game, Luis De La Cruz.
Here with West Orange head coach Doug Nevins. And all right, now here with star goalkeeper Nikolai Matthews of this West Orange Mountaineer team. Nikolai.
Here with Claire Manning after Montclair picks up a 4-1 win over Livingston. I'm here with Molly Brumback, the goalkeeper. Molly, what's Rivers today like?
Here with West Orange girls varsity coach Sean DeVore.
Then join the D1 Media Pro team, New Jersey's #1 live streaming service.
When one of the top public high school athletic programs in the state of New Jersey uses the #1 live stream in the nation.
Flip to...
Third period of action set to get underway here on the NFHS Network, presented by D1 Media Pro. Ryan Lowy, Jacob Gorin on camera today is the King of Bayonne, Mr. Joseph Henry. It's a wonderful day for an exciting third period of hockey. It's been a 1-1 game. Governor Livingston has really dominated the possession. However, Livingston's last couple minutes of the second period have brought new life.
Absolutely. Power play with 8 seconds left, and I've said set play. They got the set play. Tarasuk ripped it for his first goal of the season. But overall, they really have not played their game, I'm sure Coach Conklin would say. So this third period, it's 1-1 game. You need to step it up if you at least want to tie them.
Take it for these two teams who don't, or these three schools rather, that don't have the best football programs. This is their football. The whole school comes to rally for it. Both teams brought a nice student section. Both teams were very excited to get back underway last night. The hockey season kicked off just a few games around the state on Thursday. Last night was where all of the action got started. And today, and for the next couple days, we're going to see the home openers of some teams that started off their season on the road, like Livingston. Soon we're going to see Governor Livingston host a matchup. We're back into the swing of things, Jacob, and we're going to hopefully see a winner of Governor Livingston-New Providence and Livingston. As Jacob, there are ties in high school hockey due to the amount of time teams have the ice. It's Cody Arena. A lot of teams have to share the arena. It's not just West Orange or Livingston or Seton Hall's rink. It's a lot of teams' rinks. So that means one team has to prevail here in this third period. Let's get it started with the face-off one attacking by the Lancers and pushed ahead. Once again, my name is Ryan Lowy. I'm joined with Jacob Gorin and Joseph Henry on camera. A 1-1 tie score. Governor Livingston with a Kramer goal in the first period and with Tarasuk in the second period for Livingston is how we see a 1-1 tie game. A goal a period with Governor Livingston controlling most of the possession. The Highlanders will get their homestand started at Warrenecco versus West Essex on Monday. Down the ice here, Silverman chips one over.
Good stick by Plotnick there.
Livingston's next matchup on Wednesday is their third home game, or rather their third game here at Cody Arena, officially their second home game versus Glenrock. Glenrock a 7-9 record last year with a few ties in there as well. Lancers last year played Glenrock on a Friday night and a Saturday night back-to-back. The Friday night game was home. The Saturday night game was away. They tied the first matchup. They were able to win the second one. That was a big win. That was really the start of a dominant run as the Lancers saw their toughest schedule from there. A goal a period has been the voice on the stage today here at Cody. From far, this is a pass inside, and this shot is denied. A good opportunity was turned aside. Justina Sanders, Jacob.
I believe that was Silverman in tight too, so that was a great play.
Here come the Lancers off a collision. A key opportunity. Zox, no good. Put back, easily poked away. There's a collision in the crease involving Foster, the keeper. Could we see some time in the box for Livingston, Jacob?
I believe we will.
Looks like Zox is heading towards the box.
He is not. I don't like this call, Ryan.
I did see an interference with the keeper, Jacob, I must confess.
I did too. I think he was just trying to get to the puck. I don't think that should be a penalty unless the goalie interfered with it in a way that matters. I really don't think that he was.
Jacob, like the authorities say when driving, everyone's going to get to where they want to go. Just do it safely. Maybe in hockey that's not quite the case scenario, but did something illegal there, going to pay the price. And instead of in driving where you have to pay an arm and a leg and a ticket, instead you have to sit in a box for 2 minutes.
This is a huge kill for Livingston here, Ryan.
Jackson Benward, as I said, he's really stepped up for this team. Played quite well last night, although he wasn't the headline for the team. He was definitely terrific. Benward's still on the puck, fights his way back towards it. Here's a solid chip pass, tough touch on it by Baum with the stick. Ahead, let's see what Governor Livingston-New Providence can do. This one rocked forward and too high by Wachtel. Livingston catches a break. Schultz comes off for the Lancers. The Highlanders coordinate, they'll pass the blue line. Wachtel plays one to the end line of the boards. Excellent effort there to poke away by Conklin. Once again, our 2 goals today. Brian Kramer in the first period for Governor Livingston-New Providence. Tarasuk for Livingston in the second period. 40 seconds left to go on the power play. Here's a shot. It's deflected. Out of play. .46 left to go here in the third period. We're fixing the clock for you here on our broadcast. Apologies. Once again, no overtime in high school ice hockey due to ice time. Actually, it wasn't until 2019 where the playoffs and divisional cup finals and conference cup finals and county tournaments and all those play through overtimes. They used to have co-champions back well ago in the state finals. They changed that in 2019. NJ.com wrote a nice article about that, and they said it really is bittersweet to be a co-champion in your bracket. Shot from far, this one deflected in front of Sanders' net. Governor Livingston still on possession. Whalen. There's a strong pass. Here come the Lancers. Off a nice pass from Zox. Here comes Schultz. Schultz lets one rip. Robbed by Foster once again. Another opportunity. Schultz off the pass from Cassesi. The 1-2 is a no-go. Worked back though. Number on his legs. He can't finish. Another opportunity off the backhand. Nothing comes. That was a terrific pass. Schultz sweeps one, so it's still under pressure behind him. That was a nice play from on his knees.
That was a terrific save by Foster, Ryan. I thought that was a sure goal. Goalies are going to have to step up in big moments if they want a chance. Give their teams a chance to win in this third period. Foster and Sanders have done just that so far.
Now 10:27 left to play in the final period of action. We see Jake Hook of Jersey Sports Zone in town. Big fan of Jake Hook. We are on the broadcast. Here comes Governor Livingston off a lucky bounce. Robbed by Sanders. Nothing goes for Sixnius. Justinus Sanders. He's Super Sanders in net.
That was a funky bounce, Ryan. Sanders coming up big.
Here's a shot, and it's deflected down, and taking it the other way is Tarasuk, looking for goal number 2. One of Livingston's keys of the game is to get pucks deep. According to their assistant coach, Mr. Dave Malucci, it's been something they've been getting better at progressively throughout the competition. High stick waved off. Governor Livingston-New Providence has possession. Played forward. Played out in the back. Schultz Sweeps it where it came from. Now for Benward. In deep. Schultz comes up with it. He pokes it ahead as he's knocked down. This pass is deflected. Still handled by the Lancers, but a poor touch by Silva. Silva can't find the puck. It was right behind him the whole time. That one deflected off of Schultz. And the Lancers still control. Weaving around, here's a nice opportunity for Silva. Silva has to chase after the puck once again as it's poked forward by Whalen. Shift changes as the Lancers control in the back. Schultz spearing forward. Tries to find his way on the puck. A body comes in. Everybody wants an interference call. Nobody gets it. Shot from far, waves wide.
I don't know, Zales was looking for a tip back door that he thought was
Pass
there.
inside, nothing goes. Looks like the stick got involved of Sanders, as you were saying, Jacob.
Well, I'm not sure why that shot, you missed it so wide. Zales had time and space to let it rip.
The interference call was what everybody was asking for. I don't disagree, but it was a nice body effort. Jacob, this Governor Livingston team, they're very disciplined.
Definitely have. Crisp passes all the way. Very impressed with their effort.
A special thank you to their administration, the superintendent of Berkeley Heights Public Schools, that's Governor Livingston, Dr. Melissa Varley, principal of Governor Livingston, Mr. Robert Nixon, and Cliff is the director of athletics. And their head coach is Greg Jensen. For the other side of the program, New Providence, the superintendent of schools, Dr. David M. Maselli. Brian Henry is the principal. The director of athletics is Vincent Corangelo at New Providence. Two teams, that means, or rather two schools, that means two administrations per one team. The Lancers, only one team. We'll read out their administration coming up soon. Passed in from Silverman. Where's number one, the highest number on this roster? It's no good. The Lancers try and work one forward. Here they go. Here's a run opportunity. The Lancers down the ice. It's Zales. Zales backhander almost whistled through. Penalty coming as the net dislodges. And it's time for the power play. Jacob, the net completely dislodged. A collision. You almost got to hope your keeper's all right. It's always scary when your keeper makes tough contact with a skater who's pulling ahead at very high speeds.
Yes, and that was a trip. Officials are collecting their victim. It's number 23, Brandon Pichardo.
So the senior finds the sin bin.
Livingston, goal their last power play. They're looking for that again. This is a big moment in the game right here, Ryan.
Communication between the officials and the two skaters taking the face-off. It's won by the Lancers. Schultz from far. He takes a shot. This one in front is deflected away and cleared. Dumped aside. The Lancers will have to reset. That's good pressure to start the power play, though, Jacob, compared to last time they were on the power play. Didn't get much going. Clearance after clearance after clearance. Schultz, perfectly timed, crosses the blue line. He's onside. 7 minutes left to go, about a minute and a half left to go on the third period power play. 1-1 tie game. Lancers' goal came in the second. Highlanders' goal came in the first. The long change period was decided between the second and the third period as this clearance is deflected off of Schultz and crosses both blue lines. 6:45 now left to play in the competition. Ahead goes Tarasuk. Tarasuk finds land. He shoots. It's saved off the stick. Kyle Foster having a great day today. Amazing first period. Gave up a goal late in the second period, but a lot of key saves to keep his resume solid. Gave up 5 goals. 3 of them came in the third period of last night's competition to get their season started. 6:10 now left to play in the competition. 35 left to go That is seconds left in the period, in the power play. Clearance is deflected. And doing it again is Benward. This time he gets it across. This one touched off the stick of Sanders. Alex Selvin.
Lancers just don't quite have that movement, that crisp movement you want to see on that power play. The reason that the power play was so successful last year.
Power play is over in just 5 seconds time now. Silva does a 180, spins one across the blue line, and now Governor Livingston returns to full strength. Nice couple tips to control from Cassesi. Cassesi's a player that we saw develop just brilliantly last year throughout the season's duration.
Cassesi played great last year. Unfortunately, had his season ended early with a bad injury.
This shot is right off the pillow of Foster. Shot comes in, once again deflected away. 2 key saves. And now Governor Livingston down the other side.
That second shot was a funky one, Ryan.
Labisi trying to get a backhand on it. He'll have to swing around. Dumps one towards the blue line. From far, deflected and corralled in. And played forward. Schultz on it. A tough collision. Talk about being Cronwall, Jacob. That's one of them.
See, are they going to call a penalty here?
Anthony Labisi exchanging words with one of our 2 officials today, standing on the ice. Jacob, the ceiling felt like it was falling down after that one. The stick was hit like a home run.
And Schultz's stick went flying into the stands. I don't think I've seen that one before.
As I was saying, it was out of the park. See ya. It's a solo home run. Schultz comes off. He looks a little frustrated.
Ryan
Silva can't find the forehand angle. Taken away now by Governor Livingston. Whalen ahead, deflected. Coach Conklin had to take cover. 4:18 left to go here in the third period. Face off now from the middle on the Cody Arena, Essex County, New Jersey sign. Essex County Parks and Recreation can't thank them enough for taking care of the great Cody Arena. Great club and high school hockey played here. Formerly the home of New Jersey Devils practices a long time ago, and Seton Hall University hockey. Silva rips one. He scores! Zach Silva! And the Lancers take their first lead of the game.
Ryan, that is pure talent. Silva steals, Silva curls, drags, rips. Lancers lead with 4:02 to go.
The lights of Livingston are shining on the youth today. Tarasuk and Silva into the back of the net.
Air horns blowing here at Cody Arena on this Livingston sideline, Ryan.
The Lancers flip the chessboard in the other direction. Governor Livingston thought they had Livingston's queen. However, Livingston made a nice move. Took out a few pawns alongside their queen. Scoreboard chant from the Livingston bench. Sixney is head on a swivel, deflected over the head of Sanders. Wow, what about that for a turn of events, Jacob? It was a low-energy start for Livingston. Now, they don't have much of the pressure going for them, but they have a lead.
Still 3.5 to go. They need to kill that off if they want this win.
Kramer on it. Kramer trying to find the second goal. He had the first goal. Loses the puck in the process. Jacob, you can call this win a burglary for the Lancers. They stole it. Governor Livingston most of the possession. So far, now under 3 minutes left to go in the third period.
Don't say anything yet.
Obviously nothing confirmed yet, of course. I'm just saying if they're able to hold the lead. Played forward, this one deflected in Governor Livingston's favor, but a little too strong. Defensively cleaned up. Now 2:35. Crosses the blue line. Snapped forward by Whalen. Chipped ahead.
If you're Livingston right now, this is exactly what you want to do.
Icing. 2:24 left to go.
Kill clock. Try your best not to allow high danger chances. Under 2.5 to go now. You wonder when you're going to see the goalie gone for Governor Livingston.
Yeah, Schultz checks back onto the ice for Conklin. It's an interesting switch. Oh no, my apologies. It's number 15, Sean Chen. Looks like a timeout is now called. We're going to go to break. Stay tuned here on the NFHS Network. Get ready for basketball season next week, folks.
Over to Floyd, he's open, thought about the three, drives, baseline. Oh, what a start for Corey Floyd! Free throw line, tries to dump a pass off, gets intercepted. Freeman all the way to the hole. Oh, what a block by Moore! Left to play in the fourth quarter. Cromartie, three, got it! Davis probes in the corner, three-pointer, up and down, Brown again! His second straight three. Roselle Catholic in a hurry. Wilcher, back to Bueno. He's going to try and tie it. And he does! Oh, big shots all around!
He kick it around and a turnover. Corey Floyd has it. Step through, lay-in, built the basket!
Careful. 2-1 Livingston. A big goal recently gives them the lead. It's really shifted the difference, Jacob.
And that was a wicked shot by Silva. Still under 2.5 to kill here for Livingston, though. They want to take this game.
As I said, Jacob, would feel like a burglary if they took it. Governor Livingston has really been controlling the possession. This one tipped behind the net, poked forward by Silverman.
These last 2.5 minutes, you're going to see
this shot rifled right at the body of Conklin. Conklin helping Schultz work one forward. Schultz crosses the blue line. He has help. He's going to try and shoot it himself. This one's deflected towards far side. Schultz now punched down in the back by Whalen, Jacob.
In these last 2 minutes, you're going to see a lot of Kramer, you're going to see a lot of Silverman, you're going to see a lot of Whalen.
Ahead and hit off the puck was Kramer. Pass deflected. Schultz sticks it away. Shot comes in, falling down, trying to go for it there was Kramer. Schultz tries to move on it. This pass deflected off a skate. There's a terrific move. Here comes Silverman. Silverman looking for number 7 on the season. Swings one around with 80 seconds left to go in the third period. Far side now. Touchdown by Silva. This one deflected out of play with 1:09. Jacob, not much time left to go as the goalie is pulled for Governor Livingston-New Providence. 6-on-5 is the effort.
And it's going to have to be minute 9 of that, Ryan. Big face-off here.
69 seconds left to go. Livingston finds the face-off in their favor. They swing it around. This one won't cross the blue line. It ends up with Cucharo. Sticks forward. This backhanded pass works out in the middle. Nothing coming. Sanders robs Labisi of a huge opportunity to notch us back up. Behind the net with 45 seconds. Livingston will try and clear this one out of play. Doesn't cross the blue line there.
I don't know how that,
still under pressure.
I don't know that wasn't a goal for Anthony Labisi, Ryan. He missed a yawning cage.
It's the 6-man attack for Governor Livingston. Their goalie pulled. Here's a backhand falling down. No good. This shot from all the way around the other side is no good. Icing call. That one was so close. All the way from the other side of the ice, Jacob. Could have made an argument that one was coming from rink 2. 38 seconds left to go. It's great to be back at Cody Arena. I'll be here all season long through the end of February before spring sports start here on the NFHS Network. from far. Here's Whalen. Whalen loses the puck. This shot from far is deflected. Whalen, a Jack Hughes style, sacrificing his body. Kramer, taken away by Schultz. Can Schultz find the back of the net? He shoots. It's deflected. Close but no cigar. Schultz is going to put on more pressure now. Can't find the puck. Governor Livingston will work ahead. Less than 10 seconds left to play. It's a last heave opportunity. Farino goes down. Whistle comes in with 5 seconds. Let's see what comes in.
It's going to be a penalty, Ryan.
You think a penalty came in here?
And I don't like this call, Ryan. I believe they'll say a cross-check on Zales. Only 5 seconds left.
So the Lancers will finish up this game shorthanded.
It'll be 6-on-4.
Looks like Coach Jensen in his first season. He's coached collegiately. He's coached his youth team. He's coached multiple different high schools, including Livingston, in his high school stints before finding this humongous head coaching high school job. Will give his team a good suggestion on their last effort. Here we go, Jacob. Final 5 seconds. Face off. Held off. Put under pressure. Nobody there. The Lancers win. They move to 2-0 on the season. Jacob, it's a burglary.
Wow. Just wow. Power play with 5 seconds left. 6-on-4. And it's a similar situation in Livingston. On the power play at the end of the second period. They try the set play. Puck goes into the corner. And that was it. Livingston takes this one 2-1.
So with
what ended up being a very exciting game in the end.
It's a 3-goal effort. It finds Livingston with a 2-1 win. A huge difference, Jacob. They just came up with the victory. Governor Livingston scored in the first period. Livingston ties it up late in the second. And then in the third period, it's the icing on the cake. Livingston takes this one home. They move to 2-0. It's now still 2 seasons, Jacob, since the Lancers have lost a regular season competition versus a public school. How impressive. Livingston will now, on Wednesday, play yet another game at Cody. It's going to be against Glen Rock at 8 p.m. We'll be here on Wednesday.
I'll be on the call for that one.
And on the other side, Governor Livingston now moves to 1-1 on the season. They're going to take on West Essex Caldwell Monday night to get their home games this season started under new head coach Greg Jensen. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in here to the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Once again, final score, 2-1. Lancers come up with the key comeback victory. Have a great rest of your evening, and thank you for tuning in to the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Toodaloo.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it from Fraser.
Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McInnis on touchdown.